How are deepfakes being linked to safe harbor? Hi, I'm Nikhil Pahwa. I'm the founder and editor of MediaNama. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the impact of deepfakes on safe harbor provisions. So first, for those of you who don't know, safe harbor is basically the rule or the regulation that allows platforms to not be held accountable for third-party content. That is, that if you or I upload something on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, it's not the liability of Facebook and Instagram basically if we're doing something illegal or if we're doing something defamatory. Now, this is a very important principle that ensures that these platforms stay alive. There are billions of hours of video being uploaded on a regular basis to YouTube and Instagram. There is speech, billions of pieces of content or speech that is being uploaded. So under those circumstances, it's impossible for a platform to check every little piece of content. Now, what's happening is that in India, the IT ministers Ashwini, Vaishnaw and Rajeev Chandrasekhar have both said that the era of unrestricted safe harbor is over, and that there will be terms and conditions, especially related to deepfakes, and that they say they already exist in the rules, where they will have to regulate online content in order to avail of the safe harbor provisions. Now, typically, deepfakes and online content in this manner are not necessarily linked to safe harbor. The idea is that platforms have to be informed about the illegality of that content at that link in order to take that down. And at times there's human intervention, at times there's AI intervention, sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not. But if there's any expectation of 100% compliance, that every instance of every deepfake is going to get taken down, then the platforms will never be able to get or be able to sustain their safe harbor provision. Why is that? Because frankly, let's say if let's say 100,000 hours of content is being uploaded every hour on YouTube, YouTube detects copyright violation and they can detect other aspects or types of content on the basis of something called hash, which is that there's a unique identifying code that's generated for each piece of content. That is different. And if the same content is uploaded again, they're able to identify that. That's how they do using content ID. That's how they do sort of detection of copyright violation. But in case of even copyright violation, if let's say there is a minor modification of that content, or there is regular modification of that content, say someone takes a minor clip from this and puts it up and then modifies it a little bit by having a voiceover of some sort, how do you determine that this is the same piece of content? What about a news article, for example, where let's say there's a news channel that is indicating that something is a deepfake? So the hash generated for that is going to be different from the hash generated for the original video. And so because of these issues, it's impossible for platforms to get it 100% right. Safe harbors protections are essentially something that allow the internet to function. ISPs survive because of safe harbor protections. Social media happens because of safe harbor protections. We have to understand that you can't hold the gun of removing safe harbor to the head of platforms if they don't do certain things. You have to separate liability of third-party content from obligations that they're expected to meet, and even in those cases, obligations shouldn't be something that it's impossible for them to meet.